Hey all, I wanted to go over this new feature in Winter 24 to be able to have a flow basically do the thing that a validation rule would typically do, and that's stop a record from being edited. In this example, we have a parent record, which I have being a project, and it has a bunch of children that are tasks. And one of these tasks is not complete. It's still in progress, so I want to stop the parent record from being marked complete. So if I try to save this, it flags that and gives an error. If I fix the record and make the child be complete, and then it will let me mark this as complete. The way that we would typically do this in the past would be have a master detail relationship between these records, have a roll-up summary to the parent that would usually be counting the number of children that are not complete. And then as long as that was 0, then you would let the status go through. We don't have to do that anymore, so now we can just do this all in a flow. I'll walk you through doing that. You would create a new flow. In this case, it would be a record trigger flow, and we can use the before the fast field updates or a before save. And you would do this on the parent object. In this case, it would be project. And I've already done this actually, so I'll just jump to it and just walk you through what I already created. In that conditions, I also put in only run this if the status has become complete. So you use the second radio option here. Only do this when the condition is being met. This record is just being marked as complete. So it then is going to get the child records. I do a get records on the tasks, and I'm getting them where the project is equal to the record that triggered this, the record ID of it. So it's only the child records, and just give me ones that are not complete. If they were all complete, this would contain nothing. If it does find records, that's the situation where we want to block it. I add a decision step that says basically, for those project tasks, if null is false, then it has open tasks. Otherwise, do no. I always like to name these decisions such that they could be yes, no situations. So has open tasks, yes, and if so, then throw this custom error message, which is this guy here. So this is the new one. These are a bit more capable than what are in validation rules, in that the text that you display could be dynamic. So it no longer has to just be this hard-coded text. Like if I wanted to, I could have looped through all of these and built up a count and say, hey, you can't mark it complete because there's one record or 2 or 3 or however many there are. Or maybe I could even give it the name of the one that was failing and give even more info to the user. You can also have multiple error messages too, like if it's really not just related to a status field, maybe it's a combination of fields. Now you could have multiple errors that are each highlighting different fields. Yeah, so I could pick a different field for that one. Doesn't make sense in this use case, but it's kind of neat that you can do more than just one. But that's it. That's basically how you do it. I think this is really powerful. I think it's probably going to be my go-to, but I'm a little bit concerned with after I leave the project, when new people are coming in and they're trying to just get a list of what validation rules are in the system. Now all of a sudden they can't just look at validation rules. They have to think about, well, what flows have this error message in here, and try to figure out the logic in which they would trip. I guess that's the con, is that it is potentially adding more complexity to the system. But my gut is that it's going to be worth it. But I'm really interested to hear what other people think about this. Yeah, that's all I got. Have fun.